So first off, we love the movie. We thought it was fantastic. I think the one question that I really wanted to know is, this movie is, you guys call it controversial. Obviously, there's a lot of sexuality in it. Why the decision to do it in 3D?
I don't think this movie is controversial at all. There's been movies shot in the 70s that were very daring for their time. This one is, there's nothing shocking in this movie because it's like a very relatable love story as they happen in real life. Maybe the two main characters involved in the plot like taking risk, but no, it's a loving full movie. Also to remind myself of what the shocking movies or the controversial movies were, I put all these posters of my favorite movies in the room of the main character, who's a film student in Paris. And I know when you see movies like Pasolini's Salo, Flesh for Frankenstein, The Freaks, An Andalusian Dog, or Taxi Driver, Deliverance, you can say that those guys put themselves in a risky situation. In my case, it's just an unrated movie showing what is to be inside a love addiction when you're 25.
So in the movie, you're actually seeing like sexual acts play on the screen, but the movie itself feels so far away from pornographic. It feels very sensual. How is it skirting that line?
I would say the making love to someone you love is the most natural thing. It's like the conclusion of mutual attraction. When you fall in love and you spend the night with a girl, you never say, I've been doing pornography all night. It says you've just been kissing, hugging, doing the most natural things and the most life-affirming things. Like at the end, the sexual instinct comes from a natural instinct of the species to reproduce the species and survive in this planet. So we all come from a sexual act. We all have a hidden program that pushes us to be attracted to the one we think is the best in order maybe to reproduce the species. But if you know, there are many situations that are non-reproductive, that are still enjoyable, but it's a very natural thing. And mostly what's weird is that you never see images of carnal love in a narrative movie or in a commercial movie. You just see people talking about love, then they wake up the next morning, and the scenes that are the most important are always missing in commercial movies. There's no reason. Now in America you can release unrated movies. Now if people who are young want to see images of love, they end up watching very mechanical images of sex on websites, and those images are feelingless. No one is kissing, and also the girls don't look like regular girls, whether they had plastic surgery or not. They have this weird, they're all shaven. The guys, they all look like bodybuilders, mm-hmm. And I don't think those images are relatable to affection or to a love life. I'm really surprised that in the Western world we all think we're more developed than the religious societies around, but the truth is that what is almost the most taboo is to show the joy that we all take in those situations. Why in American cinema is it so hard to find a non-erected penis? Is it because we live in a male-dominant society in which most men are afraid of their neighbor's penis that could excite their wives, their daughter, or their mother? I don't know, but the genitals are as natural as hands or ears or faces. It should not be a problem. You can see guns in almost one movie out of two. You don't see a natural part that is a part with which we're reaffirming life. And in the case of this movie, the project was about showing how how is the life of a young, crazy but not so crazy film student in Paris who likes partying, drinking, and it's this gorgeous girl that he's madly in love of. Even if it's maybe not the most positive way of loving a person, they still try to construct a future with their own patterns, and they fail. And the whole movie is in a pastime, because when the movie starts, you know that something bad happened to the girl, and during the whole process of the movie, you see those images of joy with a very melancholic eye.
Go ahead.
No, well, the actors in this movie, they weren't really, a lot of them weren't really actors before this. What made you, when you met these people, decide that they were perfect for the roles?
No, I would say some people have charisma, some people don't. You can be a very willful actor. If you're not charismatic, you can always try hard, it will not happen. You can be someone who's charismatic without taking acting lessons. I like mixing. All my movies are a mix of people who are friends, people I found in the street or in bars, or and people who are skilled for some particular jobs because they're charismatic, and also they can cry on demand, like 5 times in a row, or also having one actor among non-professionals also helps the other people to find a pace. So I know that the fact that Carl Glossman, who was an actor and is really who likes his job, the fact that he was an actor really helped the girls who had never been on screen to understand how the whole process of lying, because as an actor you're lying. There are things that you pretend to be that you're not, and other things that come out from your own way of talking or moving that come from your personality. So it's at the end when you see a movie, what you see on screen is a mix of the person who played the part and the character that you wrote. And but it's for boys or girls who've never acted before, they can get a bit confused. Is it about me? Is it not about me? No, it's not you. It's the story of someone else. But still, maybe some aspects of your identity will appear on screen, and for sure your face would be. But I like it. Sometimes you just need to change the color of the hair, or sometimes you just change the clothes, and people already feel they're in Halloween playing something else that they're not.
What made you choose to make the main character American?
I wanted the movie to be in English, and I wanted the movie to contain some voiceover of the main character. So it wouldn't have made sense if it was if I had picked up an actor whose first language wasn't English. You know, if he had been a Danish actor, why would a guy sing with the Danish accent? So, but actually I was casting Americans, Canadians, Irish, British, and blah, blah. And the best person that I found was Carl. So 1 week before shooting, I knew that the main character would be American, but it was not in the script.
Do you have a love story, anything like what you put on screen in Love?
I would say no. The movie is about experiences that belong to my group of people. It's not I never got a girl accidentally pregnant or situations like that. But still, I know those situations. I know this kind of girls. I know this kind of boys, and I would say the main character called Murphy is a kind of little brother I would have who's been through some similar situations, some I haven't been through, but I understand him. Although he's not a hero, he's like a younger brother that is also a kind of extension of the main characters of my previous movies, who were also like very cool, a bit of party kids who are bright but not always bright, especially when they drink.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to, can I just change gears for a second and just ask, do you like superheroes or superhero movies?
I can like science fiction movies, I can like horror movies, but no, the superhero genre is not my favorite. I could not tell. Yeah, maybe the only superhero that I really enjoyed when I was younger, when I was 8, 9, 10 until it was James Bond. But it was not because of him. It was mostly because of all the girls around.
So the first scene in Love is it is a bit shocking because it kind of shows you exactly where the movie is going to go. What made you decide to go with that scene for the first scene?
Actually, the opening scene was not meant to be there. It was meant to be a bit later in the movie. It was written in the script. They're having sex on the bed. They change positions, and so we filmed that. And actually, I saw that particular take made sense in its full length. Like it was 2 minutes long. And also, I had this music from Satie that would really fit to that scene. But in the middle of the movie, it would kill the pace of the movie. So I said, where can I put it? Where can I put it? So I keep it in its full length. And towards the end of the editing process, I said, well, maybe at the very beginning, it would make you feel that when he wakes up, he's dreaming of that. And so, and also it was good to start the movie with a very frontal image, and I really like it much better there than where it was put originally.
And what do you hope people take away from Love?
I think they will not take away because it's a very relatable story, and I guess that most people will recognize maybe their friends, their ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, or their own life in some aspects of the movie. So, and the movie is not teaching anything; it's just showing something that's around. And
the scenes in this movie were done so beautifully. They came out so beautifully. But were any of them particularly difficult to shoot?
I would say the one that I was the most afraid of, and also that Carl was the most afraid of, was the scene in the bathtub with the little baby. Because in the script it said the father is crying in the bathtub and the young boy gets in and tries to calm down his father. Of course, the kid was freaked out when he saw a bathtub because he thought we were going to give him a shower. So actually, we ended up having the 2-year-old kid crying all the time. It was not the father crying, it was the baby crying. But hopefully at a point I said, Carl, just try to cry harder than him. And so he ended up crying. And at a point the baby stopped because he was not the focus of attention of the team. And it was Carl. So he stopped and he stares at him and he hugs him. And we kept that particular minute. But that was the magic minute of the long scene we shot.
Really, that's a wonderful story.
Thank you so much for talking with us.
Yeah, the movie was wonderful.
Thank you.